Hi. I'd like to know, what was it like being on the set of Star Wars?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was like being in a candy store. You know, it was like to go on set. You know, and we shot most of it in London. So then they used maybe 4 stages. Um, like for instance, they have one total setup of the Millennium Falcon, and then they'd have pieces. So to go through to see all of that, it's like in a big toy store, with big toys. So it was fun.
What did you end up doing during your downtime? Did you hang out with Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill, or did you go back to your trailer and paint something awesome?
No, no, everybody was sort of busy doing whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
You know, we all sort of had our own separate lives. But I think I remember once Carrie had a big party at where she was staying. But no, we all remain, and occasionally see each other now, and we just sort of, it's all been very nice, very warm.
Back to the floor. Hello.
Okay, I have a comment and a question. A comment about you wanting to be Princess Leia if you were to be another character other than
I was just
Lando.
kidding about that, by
I
the
know,
way.
but what I wanted to say, now I have an image of Lando in that slave girl costume in my head. Thank you
I
very
don't know.
much. I really appreciate that. But my question to you, my question to you is, were you disappointed that Lando didn't end up getting the girl in Star Wars?
In case people didn't hear that, the question is, were you disappointed that Lando didn't end up getting the girl in Star Wars?
He should have got the girl.
Oh, well, thank you. In some sense, I did.
You got me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
On?
Hello, what do we
Hi.
have here?
Hi, Billy D. In the extended universe of Star Wars, Han Solo and Lando Calrissian have always been best of friends, even if you put Bespin aside. Have you kept any contact or friendship with Harrison Ford since after the filming of Star Wars?
Well, I see him occasionally. He's busy flying around in his airplane. But when we see each other, it's always been very pleasant.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What was it like working with Harrison Ford?
Very, very nice. We had a very nice relationship.
Yeah, thank you.
Why do you think Harrison Ford is the only person that I have not yet had the chance to interview? He's very, very guarded in his personal life. You've obviously hung out with him without, microphones being present. Well, I guess on a movie set, microphones are
We don't
present.
hang out. I've never hung out with him.
But you've worked with him,
Yeah.
and, maybe chatted with him around the craft table. Why do you think he's so guarded, or what is it about him that makes him that way?
I have no idea.
Okay. Oh, gosh.
So, took me a while, but I managed to track you down here in Halifax.
I got it. I'm leaving. Excuse me, folks.
And as you can hear, I had to even change my voice changer along the way. That's how long I've spent tracking this person. Anyway, actually, I will destroy the illusion because I do have a question. Okay. First of all, Hal-Con board director Travers Mila. Welcome to Halifax. Welcome to Hal-Con. We hope you're having a great time here. I do have a question, actually. With the next episode, episode 7, have you had a chance to share in any of the goings-on or seen any indications
I don't know
of
what's
script
going
or
on.
notes?
No. I was on Jimmy Kimmel's one evening with
Shatner was there.
Shatner. I keep wanting to. And we were sitting in the audience, and J.J. Abrams was on stage, and the question came up about Star Wars, and we were sort of a plant in the audience. So I jumped up and said, I got a great idea. Why don't you devote 2 hours to Lando, you know, surrounded by a lot of women? So I don't know why I'm always being
I wish I
surrounded
could
by a
have
lot
been
of
in
women.
the audience too.
It was a cute little moment. But my idea, actually, if they choose to bring me back, is to have a daughter who's a Jedi, or if not a daughter as a Jedi, a son who's a villain. But your idea was to have a daughter as a Jedi and a son as a villain together.
Yeah.
You know, and I said
Okay,
twins.
personally, I like that. Anybody here like that?
I like that a lot.
That could work.
Yeah.
That could definitely work. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
I just like to say I'm a huge fan, and I was wondering what was your favorite scene to shoot in the Star Wars movies?
I got a kick out of. I always get a kick out of me going up against Darth Vader, and that's one of my favorite moments. And certainly one of my favorite moments is meeting Princess Leia, and one of my favorite moments is when I get choked by the Wookiee. And then, of course, in Return of the Jedi, having that wonderful heroic moment of blowing up the Death Star, so there are a lot of little things.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi. Out of your entire acting career, what was your favorite memory and why?
Well, certainly, when I did Brian's song, I don't know if you've all seen that, but that was a real classic, and I was nominated for an Emmy for that one. I just saw a movie the other night on TV that I did about baseball, about the Negro Leagues in the 1930s, Bingo Long, Traveling All-Stars and Motor Kings, and that was a fun movie to do. The Lady Sings the Blues, Mahogany. There's a movie I did called Hit that I really enjoyed that Sidney Furie directed. Even though it was a tough shoot, the movie I did with Stallone, what's the name of the movie?
You got it.
Nighthawks, yeah. And then I did I've done movies. I did one movie here in Canada for a Canadian company, a movie called Giant Steps about a jazz musician and his relationship with this young kid who was an aspiring jazz musician, and that was a great character to play. But there are quite a few. I've done a lot of movies throughout the years. I've been doing this for 50 years. It's a long time. But the experiences, each experience is. I'm very fortunate. Let me put it that way, to be able to have been able to make a living doing this, because a lot of people do this, and find real difficulty in making a living. But and if you're can have that kind of success, I mean, it's just phenomenal to live one's life that way. Anyway.
What advice would you have for people who are aspiring actors or performers?
Well, you have to dedicate yourself, and if you really want to do it, and know that, and go through whatever machinations that one has to go through in order to gain success. You just have to work hard, study hard, and be dedicated.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
A lot of times people play pranks and things like that on sets. Were there any really big pranks that any of you guys did on the Star Wars sets to each other?
Not that I recall, no.
Have there been any on any of your sets before?
You mean in other situations?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can't remember anything, any of those things, but yeah, there's always little things going on all the time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, welcome to Halifax. A couple of years ago, you did an episode of White Collar where you got to sing jazz with Diane Carroll.
Mhm.
What was that whole experience like?
Well, I know, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Well, I know Diane since we went to high school. We went to the same high school together. I think she was a couple of years ahead of me. So I've known her for a long, long time. We also did Dynasty together. And I think something else we did together. I don't remember exactly what it, but she was quite a very charismatic kind of individual in high school. I remember that. I remember when I first entered in my freshman year, I used to see her walking up and down the corridors to go to her classes, and she always seemed like the Pied Piper to me. There always seemed to be a lot of people behind her because she had such an incredible energy. And she's a very elegant woman. And I enjoy elegance.
Hal-Con.